All right, man. So we're at Rambling Oaks, and what is the biggest thing? Why am I here? It's because of water. It's why they call the place Waterproof Solutions. I'm a foundation specialist, but the reason I'm in this business is because of water. Water is 8.35 pounds per gallon. 300 gallons is 36 gallons is 300 pounds. That's all it takes to break the house. So that's why I'm all about the gutters and the downspouts. So let's start with the gutters. Are the gutters not working? At some point they haven't been, because we see the dark color where the water is cascaded over. Second thing we see is, and no one buries their downspouts to not be a good steward. So I'm not throwing rocks at the people that live here. What I'm saying is that we need to manage the water better. We need to have them in something that's going to be able to be cleaned out. We don't even know where these go. And if they're uphill, water's going to sit in the feed trap. So both of these need to be taken that way or that way. And I don't know how we do it unless we saw cut this porch or we saw cut someplace to let, I've got to get this water out and then channel it out and away. So at some point in time, do we deal with this? The porch has done a little split, kind of what curved out. I don't see any real issues with my columns, so I'm good there. But at the end of the day, this water that falls here, like a channel system, something's going to need to be done to get these two downspouts this way. So why don't we just go this way for now? So the stair step foundation, if you want to build up on that foundation, let's put a product on it that won't allow anything to go through. It looks like they've tried connecting these things together, which is a colossal mistake. So the first thing I do moving in was unplug this guy from it and let him drop. That way we're not backing up. That's why those gutters are failing. This drip line mirrors your root system. So if you're going to do something to get the four-wheeler back here, I think what you'd want to do is at some point cut away and then get this flat to where you can kind of build up a little bit and then start to drive this way over through. If you're going to want to build this earth up. This shows the twisting of the fireplace. We have cracking along both sides of this. And I don't want you to notice this later and go, gosh, that's all kind of moved a little bit. It moved at one time. Seems old to me. But I don't want you to discover these cracking later. Again, concrete's kind of like a paper clip. The tensile strength is 10% of the compressive strength. We'll get back to her, it's my wife. Puts the babe out. All right, so this, get it out in a way. So I think they're again, the intentions were good. Execution wasn't so good. So what happens with these walls, if they're going to do something wrong, is they roll out. We have no evidence of any of that right now. So again, managing the water is so paramount to this house. All right, so this is all below your basement floor is below. It's all just got rock and fill in it, kind of like your garage floor. So that's kind of what happens there, is it wants to roll if water gets in it too much. So it's real important to manage that water off the driveway. There's a crack there. You know, so walls are going to crack when the water comes out of the mix of concrete. Obviously, it's made with water, and then it turns to a vapor. So you're going to have some cracks on the rear wall, as well as any of the walls. But as we get back over here, what we want to talk about next is the effect of the water from the garage, the driveway coming down. So what we have, a nice place to pull off and pull into the garage over here. Well, this was poured, it's a cold poured. What I mean by a cold pour is it was poured up to next to this concrete. So this wasn't a monolithic pour as part of the house. The good news is this isn't like moving in. The slight crack that we have in this situation is right here. Is there another one maybe? And right here. What this has done is actually allowed pressure out. So you may say, what do you mean by that? Well, the water will start to take all of that space up. So the air gets pushed through those cracks and keeps it from breaking somewhere else. So it's kind of crazy, but the fact that they haven't been repaired yet has allowed air and water to some extent to come through. So the natural reaction is to put a hole in the wall. Well, then the water runs down, doesn't come through enough, and doesn't fix properly. The realtor always comes out when that happens.
Yeah.
They're like, don't pay any attention to that. All right, so
There's no road noise.
so something may be in here that's super strong and holding on to that. I just don't understand. But our two brakes that we looked at are here. And here. So this would be a good idea to saw cut this out. Treat the base properly. Put a channel drain in before you get to the wall. And the reason you do that is you don't want everything collecting on the wall. So channel drain, then discharge out the side. This is doing a good job for what rolls off. So now we make our way around to the front. It's a really cool roof.
It is. Pardon me?
It's a composite, it looks like.
Yeah, it's steel with some type of rock.
It's really cool. Some kind of an aggregate mix.
Yep.
So, we're back to the front again in water management. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your downspouts aren't tied together, that they're separate, that we have cleanouts on them, and that they make their way to the back of the house. So that'll be the end of this video. Thank you.